Our planet is a marvel, a delicate balance of land and water, a symphony of natural elements working in harmony. But this balance is being threatened by the relentless rise of sea levels. Sea levels are rising, creeping higher and higher, inch by inch, year by year. This is a serious problem for people and wildlife, especially along our coasts, where the land meets the sea. Sea level rise is exactly what it sounds like. The average level of the ocean is increasing, a silent but persistent threat. It doesn't happen overnight, but gradually over time, reshaping our world in ways we might not immediately notice. This gradual rise might seem small, but it can have huge consequences, altering landscapes and displacing communities. Imagine a bathtub slowly filling up, the water inching closer to the brim. Even a small rise in water level can cause things to float away or get submerged, eroding coastlines and washing away habitats. The same thing happens with our oceans as they encroach upon our cities and towns. As the sea level rises, it threatens to engulf our coastlines, putting millions of people and countless ecosystems at risk, altering lives forever. Understanding the causes and consequences of sea level rise is crucial for protecting our planet and our future, ensuring that we can adapt and mitigate these changes. It's a global challenge that demands our attention and action, a call to safeguard our world for generations to come. So what's causing this rise in sea level? It's a question that has been on the minds of scientists and environmentalists for decades. The answer lies in the warming of our planet, a phenomenon that has been accelerating over the past century. As temperatures rise due to climate change, two main things happen that significantly impact our oceans. First, the heat melts glaciers and ice sheets, like those in Greenland and Antarctica, which are some of the largest reservoirs of fresh water on Earth. Imagine a giant ice cube melting in a glass of water. This is a simple yet powerful analogy to understand the process. The melted ice adds more water to the glass, causing the water level to rise. This is exactly what happens when glaciers and ice sheets melt. They contribute additional water to our oceans. Second, warmer water expands. Think about what happens when you heat up a pot of water on the stove. The water starts to take up more space as it gets hotter. The water takes up more space as it gets hotter, a process known as thermal expansion. The same principle applies to our oceans. As the ocean absorbs heat from the atmosphere, the water molecules move faster and spread out, causing the water to expand. This thermal expansion leads to higher sea levels, even without any additional water being added. These two factors, melting ice and thermal expansion, are the primary drivers of sea level rise, and they are a direct consequence of our changing climate. Understanding these processes is crucial for predicting future sea level changes and preparing for their impacts on coastal communities around the world. The impacts of sea level rise are already being felt around the world, particularly in coastal communities. These areas are experiencing changes that are reshaping their landscapes and way of life. These communities are on the front lines of this global challenge, facing a range of threats that are becoming more severe with each passing year. One of the most immediate concerns is flooding. Streets that were once dry are now frequently submerged, disrupting daily life and local economies. As sea levels rise, coastal areas are more vulnerable to storm surges and high tides, which can inundate homes, businesses, and infrastructure. This not only causes immediate damage but also long-term issues, such as mold and structural weakening. Another major concern is erosion. The relentless advance of the sea is gradually wearing away the land. The rising sea slowly eats away at coastlines, causing beaches to shrink and cliffs to crumble. This process can be devastating for local ecosystems and wildlife. This erosion threatens property, tourism, and the natural beauty of our coastlines. Popular tourist destinations are at risk, which can have a significant economic impact on the region. For many coastal communities, relocation may become the only option as the sea encroaches further inland. This is a difficult and often heartbreaking decision for residents. This displacement of people can have profound social, economic, and cultural consequences. Communities are not just losing their homes, but also their heritage and way of life, leading to a loss of identity and community cohesion. It's not just humans who are affected by sea level rise. Coastal ecosystems, vital for both wildlife and our planet's overall health, are also under threat. Saltwater intrusion is a major concern. As sea levels rise, saltwater can seep into freshwater aquifers, contaminating drinking water supplies and harming coastal vegetation. Many coastal habitats like salt marshes, mangroves, and coral reefs are highly sensitive to changes in sea level. These ecosystems provide essential breeding grounds, nurseries, and feeding areas for a wide array of marine life. As sea levels rise, these habitats are at risk of being submerged or squeezed between the rising sea and human development, leading to a loss of biodiversity and the important services these ecosystems provide.